It's the Don't Panic podcast.
Monday Night Football or Fight Night.
I don't know. It was something. It was something. I wanted it to sound like a sports.
We are Fox Sports.
Exactly. I wanted it to sound like a sports thing, and that's what was in my head. That was a song in my heart, and I sang it. And it's the intro today for the Don't Panic podcast. It's a grand old time. A lot's happened this week. They put Trump in a peach, which is, I didn't think that they could do that again, but they put him in twice. 2 peaches.
It's a minty peach, right? That's what it is?
It's a very minty peach. I think after this one, if it goes through the House and the Senate, everyone gets free peaches, unlimited for a year, or for the next 4 years. It's a pretty great situation. I think the American people as a whole are going to benefit, as is the world. We've got very.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, that's just like these peaches are going to reach far and wide. The American dream is going to be facilitated by a Georgia peach. Millions of them.
It was all, that's a metaphor, because it was all sponsored in part by and all capable because of, or possible, sorry, not capable, possible because of Stacey Abrams. So
yeah, look at that. Finally had the numbers. That's also a positive, but it'll be great, because then the Democrats will find even greater, lovelier excuses to be like, oh, well, sorry, we couldn't get this done. I don't know.
See that Biden did not elect Stacey Abrams to be the head of the DNC, though?
No.
Well, that's what a lot of people were hoping for. They thought that Biden would make Stacey Abrams the head of the DNC. But he made it the mayor of Atlanta.
Oh, Jamie Harris is the guy's name, or Jamie or Jaime?
No, Keisha Lance Bottoms.
Oh, wait, what am I looking at? Because I'm looking at the Washington Post, and it says President-elect Biden picks Jamie Harrison as next chair of Democratic National Committee. Who's this person? This other person, what was their name?
Keisha Lance Bottoms.
Keisha Lance Bottoms nominates mayor for Democratic National Committee post. Damn paywall.
Am I wrong?
Vice chair.
Vice chair.
Baba Booey. There we go. And what is Keisha Lance Bottoms track record and policy positions, and why?
Definitely unfamiliar.
Oh my lord!
She's been mayor of Atlanta since
when?
2018. What is going on in the background?
There is a movie being watched downstairs by the people I live with.
Gotcha.
Yeah, can you hear all that?
Yes.
Oh.
It got loud for a second there.
Oh, Jesus. I'll bring the mic closer to me so you can hear more of my svelte, sexy voice.
That's something that we should be doing anyway, because I forgot to mention this, but I did listen. I started editing our last episode.
Right.
And I started
as you do.
It, and we both sound fairly far away. So there's echolation, because I don't know about your room. Probably not. My room is also not soundproof. It's not.
No, not at all. Not even close to sound.
Here behind this right here is stone. So there's a lot of reverb that goes on there.
Oh my.
When we record these, I should be pulling the mic closer to me anyway.
Well, it's good to know. Now we've got something to work on. But
yep.
Right. So you said Keisha Lance Bottoms has been mayor since when?
She was elected in 2017, and then I think she took control in 2018.
Okay. So she's had the job for about 3 years. And let's see.
Let's see. Bottoms declared that Atlanta was a welcoming city and remain open and welcoming to all following Trump's actions regarding refugees in the United States.
Okay.
In 2018, she signed an executive order forbidding the city jail to hold ICE detainees.
Nice.
In July 2019, Bottoms said, "Our city does not support ICE. We don't have a relationship with the U.S. Marshal Service. We closed our detention center to ICE detainees, and we would not pick up people on an immigration violation." In February 2020, Bottoms released Atlanta's first LGBTQ affairs report that focused on how various policies, initiatives, and programs can improve the lives of LGBTQ Atlantans. In 2018, she had created the city's LGBTQ advisory board, which included entertainer Miss Lawrence and activist Feroza Syed, who I'm not familiar with. I'm sorry. In December 2020, Bottoms, city's first director of LGBTQ affairs, Malik Brown, and announced the continued LGBTQ advisory board leadership.
Well, would you look at that?
She also strongly rebuked Georgia Governor Brian Kemp after he announced the reopening of Georgia businesses in April 2020, saying it was too early in the COVID-19 pandemic. When Atlanta experienced riots in the wake of the killing of George Floyd, Bottoms condemned those involved, but later expressed optimism while speaking to demonstrators at a protest, saying there is something better on the other side of this. She also repeatedly condemned Trump for, quote unquote, making it worse and stoking racial tensions, and encouraged people to vote, saying, if you want change in Atlanta, go and register to vote. That is the change we need in this country. In June 2020, many Atlanta Police Department officers went on strike to protest the charges brought against the officers involved in the killing of Rayshard Brooks. Bottoms said that APD morale is down tenfold.
Wait, so they were protesting the on behalf of the
officers
that were fired. I don't know, dude. To me, that sounds like you're being a whiny baby boy about the consequences of your actions. You can't just like go and shoot people. So the fact that ADP morale is down while she's the mayor, I like that's an attractive quality in a politician for me. If you're making the police be like, damn, we have to really do our jobs way better than we're doing, then look at that. You know what I mean? Or like, we're going to have consequences for our actions and fundamentally change the way that our job is going to function because of it. Like, there we go. Hell yeah. I like that.
I think she's okay. She's better than some DNC people we've had in the past. She's better than the previous Atlanta mayor, Jim Maddox, who I'm pretty sure was Republican.
Yeah, I mean, that happens with old Democrats.
Yeah. I mean,
Obama himself said
it's not surprising. It seems she has a very liberal take on things. I mean, she's not combating the police. She's not bolstering them and backing them, but she's kind of being very neutral about it. And her concern is more about, I mean, she's fought Trump on COVID. She's been aware about COVID, aware about, she's good about ICE. She's good about LGBTQ from what I hear, but she's not so far left that she's going to openly and publicly fight police in her office. Not like physically, like, punching, but she's not going to say the police need to do this, the police need to do that, blah, 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 So she's better than some that have held the position and could be nominated, but it's a little bland.
Yeah, it's still going to take a lot more bolder voices and like people that are going to unequivocally, there is noise happening, unequivocally, condemn and like push for, radical difference in the way that we deal with like, policing people in general. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
let's see.
uh,
Well, I mean, the possible people to take the position that she eventually got
mhm.
were also Kamala Harris, who, of course, became the
Vice president.
for Biden. So,
Mhm.
and Elizabeth Warren. So, I liked Elizabeth Warren. I felt like she was a solid progressive voice, but her most recent campaign, she walked back a lot of things, and it just kind of felt like an out of touch rich person trying to garner a vote that she wouldn't have gotten otherwise.
I feel like she was like, I'm not a regular mom. I'm a cool mom.
Yeah. When it came time to be mom, then she wasn't cool mom anymore.
No, no, but my issue with Warren is very, very much the same. Like, hey, I'm so not about taking this money. I'm not going to take corporate PAC money, like billionaire money. Not me. Never. Who is she? And then all of a sudden, get some. And it's like, I got to do what I got to do to win, man. The game, it's hard out here. This game is crazy. You don't know what it's like. And it's just like, that's pretty messed up.
Mm-hmm.
And even, there are other things like her not, I think there was a point where her campaign was definitely done and she could have dropped out and let Bernie take, a good amount of her votes. And she didn't. And then
she also could have endorsed him and took a long time. She took time for herself after she dropped out instead of endorsing Bernie or endorsing someone. And then weeks later, I think like maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, she came back and endorsed Biden when he was already guaranteed to win.
Yep. That was weird.
Yeah. So I just kind of felt like similar with Andrew Yang, sort of very betrayed by the sort of faux progressive traits that they exhibited.
Yeah.
I think Andrew Yang is better than her. I think he's very smart. He understands, but at the end of the day, he's a businessman who got rich from capitalism.
Yeah, and he was just like, man, we could just make capitalism friendly, dude. We can make it work for everybody. Everyone can be their own little entrepreneur and drop ship everything and sell stuff. Yeah. And we're doing that.
He was like, I'm going to provide UBI, but it's not because I fully endorse the idea of guaranteed social welfare. It's so everyone can become an entrepreneur and everyone can thrive economically, but in a business way.
It was also in like sort of an exchange by like, allocating resources from other public programs and kind of like sucking them dry to then provide this UBI. And it's like, dude, that's not where that needs to come from. That's not a good move. But anyway, that was then. This is now. Let's keep on with some more recent shit. Speaking of Bernie, dude, homie is what's his job now? He's part of a budget committee. It's like a senior official. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. So,
yeah,
I actually agree with this. I'm not sort of taking the insult, but so what happened was Bernie was supposed to be elected to the cabinet as labor chair, and his ideas towards labor and workers' rights and economics in that regard would have been very valuable.
Right.
But then, if he gets taken away as a Vermont senator, there would have to be an election held in Vermont. And the idea was we can't risk losing the Democratic Senate now that it's 50-50 with Kamala Harris as the extra voice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, it's also presumable that Vermont would not elect a Republican.
Right.
It's a risk that, I mean, we have outside of the Supreme Court, Democratic House, Democratic Senate, Democratic presidency. There's a lot that could be accomplished. So it was a conversation that both Joe and Bernie had, and Bernie expressed the desire to remain on the Senate as opposed to taking a cabinet position.
Okay. I mean, it looks like he's still got, his hands on the reins of a very big horse that, can kick around. Because I'm looking at...
And that was marching and fighting for civil rights in the 60s, being dragged away by police as a college student. I mean, he focuses on where he's going to have the most impact. So I
get it. I mean, he's working within the confines that he can be in, and good for him. Fucking
yeah.
He's like a crazy old coot, and I hope that this means some some actual good, some actual something. But it still feels very stale because I'm hearing someone quoted AOC in a tweet and was like, everyone deserves access to healthcare, and they're like how it was like a how it started, what it is kind of meme, and how it started was Medicare for all, and where it is everyone should have access to healthcare, and the access to healthcare is that fun little I got something on my shirt. I don't know what it is, but I need to get it.
It's a doodle on your shoulder.
It's it's stuck there. It's a stain that's stuck there. But no, it's like a fun little turn of phrase. Like it's kind of like telling you that you can have the thing, but you're not actually going to get the thing. It's like a little like sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they're like, oh, do you believe in Medicare for all? Oh, dude, I believe everyone should have access to healthcare, but that
affordable healthcare, dude.
To affordable healthcare, bro. Like that shit's. What do you mean? So, and they're saying no, but they're not saying no, and I don't like that. That's not fun. That's not jazz. Yeah,
that's tough. That's tough. At least personally, as a huge fan of AOC too.
But hey, listen. Maybe it was taken out of context. Maybe there's a much larger quote, but that's a funny little phrase, and sometimes you hear it and you're like,
yeah.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, she very well could have meant. I think I saw the tweet. I'm pretty sure affordable was in there, but now I'm not entirely sure. She could have meant everyone deserves to have healthcare, and the access part is a guarantee. But who knows? I mean, a tweet is a tweet, and it just depends on how she uses her platform moving forward and what she endorses and what she doesn't. Hey, speaking of AOC, did you see her tweet and read the article about how so she was talking about how a lot of things during the insurrection were stolen from the Capitol.
Mm-hmm.
Laptops, cell phones, file folders. Very specifically, her shoes were stolen.
Yep.
And on camera by a very distinctly 5'4" man. So I think Ben Shapiro stole her shoes.
It's Ben, dude. Ben, just give her back her shoes. Ben, we know you're one of our listeners. You're a big fan of the show. This show is actually his favorite show.
His favorite program.
This is Ben Shapiro's favorite program. So we'd like to say to our biggest big fan, give AOC back her shoes. That's weird. Why were you there? Stop this. No, that's such a, I'm not surprised that it happened, but I'm a little disappointed that it did, and it's not a joke. Like there's so many of these things that are just like not a joke. Like the weirdest fucking guy The dude with his fucking bull head fox skin, face paint, weird QAnon, look for Q.
Q sent me or whatever.
Yeah, he lives in his mom's basement, which, hey, that's fine, but at the same time, it's so weird. That the dude is just like, yeah, man, everyone's got to pull themselves out over their bootstraps, but I'm not going to eat the jail food because it's not organic.
I think it's very almost indicative or symbolic of kind of right-wing mentality when the guys who spew bootstrap theory are that guy who lives in his mom's basement and the dude who tased himself in the balls was a stay-at-home dad while his wife made the money. I mean, they're talking about needing to put the work in. Like, bro, where's your work in?
Where's your work?
Like
if you want to be a lazy,
like I respect stay-at-home parents, but like,
yeah,
I mean, you don't gotta. There are dudes out there doing things, and you're fucking putting the baby to your teat, your man teat.
Okay, so hold on. I feel like that gets into disrespecting the work of single fathers and stay-at-home dads, and
no, just him.
No. We got to work on that. We got to be better than that. We're not gonna shit on him because he was taking care of kids. That's a fucking noble position. My guy,
we
should shit on him for tasing his own ball sack, and he's got kids that he needed to go take care of, and instead he was like, it's balls zappy time. It's balls appetit time, and the other thing is like a lot of these people, like, we're like, oh dude, we're gonna take off work, we're gonna fly down, we're gonna bring grandma, because like all those memas that were like floating around, someone's dad was like, kids, we're going down to the freedom rally, and decided to like bring their, like I said, their mema down to the thing, and that's how that lady got all the way in. And with shirts on that have their like hometowns on it, they're like live streaming, they're taking Facebook photos, they're there's a lady right now going on Bumble who changed her name, or not her name, her preference to conservative. And apparently she's been getting pictures on Bumble from people that were at, the Capitol being like, yo, check this shit out. And she's like, haha, law enforcement now has this information.
Yeah, I mean, they were having a grand old time. I mean, that's the thing, though. They're all very shocked Pikachu face about being on no-fly lists and getting arrested because they think that they're right. They think that they're saving America. They're patriots. They have to stop the steal. They think that there is a coup happening in front of them. And this is very indicative of the power of propaganda. I mean, I say this a lot about a lot of things. I said this about the BLM protests over the summer, right? But very specifically, I say, if you ever wondered how everyday Germans allowed the Third Reich to, garner power and do what they did, this is it. I mean, you look at how powerful propaganda is, and we see it in even smaller things. It's like the smallest thing I can think of off the top of my head is just referring to the PRC as communist China, right? And there's a negative connotation to China in the United States. People don't know what life in China is like here. They think it's some sort of fucking communist hellscape where everything's like 1984 and fucking burning books and, Fahrenheit 451, and you can't have an original thought, and it's monitored by, the Chinese. Like,
it's all China.
It's all China. No, dude, like, and the way that fucking Trump speaks about it, like China, like he's very. They have this idea of China and it's very widespread here. Like,
Oh,
I
he's just
have
very,
friends who
he talks very
well,
simply in very easy like third grader like sentences, and you know the things that you get from it is China bad, Trump good, Trump can save you. We're the best. America good. Iran scary. Russia's our friend. North Korea's cool. But also North Korea sucks and Russia sucks.
North Korea good, but also North Korea bad. Russia good, but also Russia bad.
You know, it's
But
internally contradictory, and it makes no sense when you really start thinking about it.
But like my ultimate point here is like I have friends who are not conservative, who are very well educated that believe this sort of idea about China.
Right.
And it's just the power of propaganda dating back to communism. And we've talked about this a million times. China's not even communist, but you know, and
well, I mean, even
blame the rise in price of. Sorry, what?
Oh, I was gonna say they kind of are, and that's like it's weird. They're like they're not they're run by the Communist Party, but like they're not. You know what I mean? Because they gotta compete in this market, so they're just doing the fucking thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but like, dude, it's wild. Like so much shit is like China's spooky. China's out to get us for no reason, and I'm like, well, I mean, there is a reason because China is like I said, it's like a second Cold War. You know, they're just they're like, dude, these guys, that guy over there, his shirt is way shinier than me, and he's fucking disrespecting me. I'm gonna go start some shit, but you never start shit. You know, you just keep drinking and like mean mugging until until they start some shit. But like that guy's over there just kind of like,
yeah, that guy over there doesn't give a shit. And he's like, hey man, can I buy you a drink? And you're just like, no, fuck you, I hate you. You don't say it, you know.
Yeah. That's America.
Yeah, that's the guy, and he was able to like the price of commodities in America went up slightly, you know, because of the trade war, and everyone was just like, China, and I'm like, that's because like we import so much bullshit from them.
Yeah,
like,
we don't really
everything commodity wise. That
shit,
when you start imposing tariffs and shit, like this is what's gonna happen. Like, you know, you got dudes on the internet that are like, well, it's basic economics. No, this is basic economics. Like, you want to talk about like rent prices and the cost of living going up because of a minimum wage increase? That's not gonna happen, probably. You know, historically it hasn't. This is what raises the cost of living right here. This and the lack of available housing.
Yeah, dude. Like dude, one of the things that they're doing, a part of some COVID relief, is they're paying landlords to money for their mortgages, but it's like, so they're paying like people that have rental properties that are renting out to people are getting the mortgages on those properties paid, as opposed to just paying people more money or like getting, I don't know, doing some sort of action where they take the property and they're like, hey man, here's like a bunch of money. This property now belongs to us, and we're just gonna let these people live here because landlords are fucking stupid. And the way that we you know, the way that we organize housing is dumb and barbaric and really doesn't do much for people that need a house to live in.
Yeah, I mean, they're not gonna do that. It'd be nice. You know?
I mean, it would be nice. It would be a grand old thing. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that they're gonna do it. I'm just saying they could and they should, and it'd be a grand. You know, I'm just saying landlords.
Government has the power.
Huh?
You know, in comparison to our government with a lot of checks and balances, their government has the power to do that shit. They can just totally fucking South Africa that shit if they really wanted to.
Wait, say that. Who's got that power to do what now?
The Chinese government.
Oh, well, I mean, they go through like a ton of votes apparently. I was looking into it, and apparently like there's 1,000 members of a couple. Yeah, and then there's like all of these little committees that vote on things that go up through the thing, and I'm just like, that seems like
basically
really,
until you get to Z.
I like yeah, dude, that sounds really, really fun. Like I'm imagining that it's like a relay race where everyone's like, right, they get a law and they all try and read it as fast as possible, and then they're all like running up to the vote and they put it in a thing, and then a guy runs through another building and he's like, throws it down, everyone else is waiting, and they're just like, and then, you know, it's just a fucking...
Simultaneously, thousands of people pull out a notebook like this. You know?
Yep, just...
Everything is sweatshoppy there, even government.
What's up?
I said everything is sweatshoppy there, even government.
Oof. I was... Oh, man.
But like, I explained this to somebody else, but like, life in China...
Oh, okay. Yeah, say that.
Life in China is really not that different from daily life in the U.S. Like, they have more censorship when it comes to speech. But they have other freedoms that we don't have. Like, they have nationalized healthcare. Like,
dude, I could go like run and break my leg in China and then probably be okay. Yeah.
They have like tenant rights and like all kinds of things that like we don't have here. Like, they have agriculture rights that we don't have.
Dude, they've got like bio cities.
Yeah.
It's like hold on. We're gonna screen share. I want to talk about it. This is a...
I think agriculture rights comes down to a couple other things. Like, we have the FDA, so there's a quality of food that they don't have. But, you know,
dude, yeah, this shit is... Oh my lord. I was trying to see where, or they're working on it, but by 2030 they're gonna have... I'm looking at the Shenzhen BioCity project. Mine's innovative technology that... Oh my god, that's fucking wild.
Did you see the NRA? The NRA filed for bankruptcy.
I did. That actually tickled me quite pink. I was very happy to see that they're losing money. The NRA is
really... to avoid financial obligation, but whatever. Fuck them anyway.
Fuck them. What do you think this means for the NRA in the future?
Hey, get out of here, cat. I think that the NRA is still going to exist, but support for the NRA has been going like, even with the right's conspiracy theory about Biden wanting to take guns, it seems like the reaction to guns hasn't been as powerful this time. And no, I mean, we talk about how there's less varying ideology within the Republican Party and the conservatives in general. There's not a conservative base, but I feel like right now there is like a fracture among conservatives with your sort of MAGA, you know, QAnon, Newsmax, OAN kind of people, the people who stormed the Capitol and then support them. And then you have the conservatives that were always a little more moderate in the first place. You're kind of Mitt Romney, Jeb Bush types. You know what I mean?
I mean, they still... To me, all of them are still, if they're like on the Republican Party, you know, and they're well, publicly Mitt has been like, Trump, you know, what's he doing to actually like stop the guy, you know?
I was assuming, well, I mean, it's all fucking surface level because that's all fucking conservative politics are, but it seems as though there's been a bit of an effort to at least distance themselves from the whack jobs.
Yeah, but I think that in that you know, it's a way to avoid accountability in this time. You know, it's like, what's up?
And to save face.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Saving face, obviously, but it's also to be like, oh, well, we poo-poo these guys, despite the fact that, like, you know, a lot of the Republican Party just fell into Trumpism and were parroting his tactics, his, you know, his type of shit. Like one of the freshman fucking like congresswomen or like just a representative was out there at the rally being like, Hitler was right, and also hail Hitler. You know, that shit's fucking wild. Like, this is, you know, there is a serious mask off issue. Like like fucking even that dude Madison Cawthorn was at the fucking rally being all like, oh, we're gonna do it for Trump. We're gonna, fucking
he's a Hitler stan too.
Like these are young Republicans. This isn't a bunch of old Nazi bitches. These are guys with.
I'm not saying it's genuine. I'm just saying they're doing it.
What's up?
Said I'm not saying it's genuine. I'm just saying that they're doing it.
I mean, it kind of is. Like this is.
I meant the separation, the moderate conservative separation from the far right.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying it's genuine, as in like, oh, we've reassessed our and decided that we're no, it's damage control.
Mm-hmm.
And it's you can point to them and say, no, you don't get to do this because you played party politics the past 4 years and backed Trump, so you wouldn't lose.
Yeah, exactly. Like even the most moderate ones that are being like are super late, and it's like the damage is done, dude. We've got fucking whack jobs that stormed the Capitol and think that they are above the law. Like look at the let's participate in some Schadenfreude and look at one of these no-fly list compilations, because it's a great visual metaphor for I think a lot of the Republican Party at this point.
Yeah. No, we're watching something. Okay. You're treating me like a black person.
Oof. Can you hear this?
No, I can't.
No. Oof.
No. Is there a way to share audio? I don't really use StreamYard. I use like Zoom, so I don't.
There. It should be audio. I am confused. Maybe. That was unfortunate because in the audio, that guy was screaming. This gentleman here was screaming, they're treating me like a black person.
Yeah.
Which is just super great. Best.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of oh man, dang, sucks that you can't hear it because everyone's crying and whining like a baby. It's very strange.
Because they think that they're in the right.
It's like and it's very, very strange. Like during the impeachment trial, like the people that were voting no were just like, this is a fucking travesty of justice. They were all just on message of like, they're the victims here and they're the ones who are being, hurt and put upon at this very moment. And it's like, my dude, you guys, you're the ones who put this in their heads. You're the ones you were like, oh, dude, Trump is talking about the storm. Good stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You guys went on Fox News and were just like, yeah, please let me just stoke these fires.
Yeah, but Fox News is communist now because
oh man. No, they're just eating themselves at this point, which is going to be very weird. But
very interesting to see the Republican Party get sucked up into its own butthole.
Yeah, but the the left wing of our right slanted bird is definitely not doing so hot either. I mean, Joe Biden is over here being like, we need to unify with our Republican brothers and sisters, and oh, we need to come together and kumbaya. Like, dude, no. If you were there, they want to kill you, my dude. They like these people are, and you're just like, guys, let's hug it out. Let's you guys came in with the intent to possibly kidnap, hold hostage. There was the guy with the zip ties.
Yeah.
Which is speaking of Ben Shapiro. Hi, Ben.
Yeah.
Again, #1 fan of the show. Apparently, handcuff zip ties are a completely normal and average thing for people to have in their homes.
In their homes, but this was on his person. He brought it somewhere with an intent.
Mm-hmm.
I have zip ties in my house for cable management.
Right.
Desk.
Yep.
I don't bring zip ties with me anywhere.
These were like zip tie handcuffs things that you can get like at like an army surplus store type of thing. Which is like that's a very specific thing to have just around and on you, Ben. Why do you have zip ties on you, Ben? It's weird.
Ben has zip ties because his wife ties him to a chair while she fucks her boyfriend.
I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat. That's how he gets down. That's how he gets down. But holy,
I was going through my phone today, right? Deleting all my dick pics. No, I'm kidding. I was going through and I was just deleting old stuff because I wanted to make room. Is that food?
That is food. Thanks, homie.
Shit. What did he make us?
Oh, we got some rice and some peppers, some spice.
I made some very extra garlicky noodles with onions and mushrooms in it.
Nice. I'm not a huge fan of mushrooms, but I respect the hustle.
Real recognize real. Fucking yeah. So I was going through, and I found a video that I had downloaded from TikTok where it was Ben Shapiro criticizing Hassan Piker, right?
Okay.
For like not being masculine enough. I think it was around the Harry Styles thing, right? And he was just like, like you're eroding like masculinity or whatever, and blah blah blah. And then the person who made it, right, who was doing like a stitch or whatever, right, was just like, you're saying that this man, and it's a photo of Ben Shapiro in his yarmulke standing there, just like all 5'4" of him, like like in a suit too big for him. And then Hassan Piker is like this guy who is like, he's like 6'4" and absolutely fucking shredded. Like,
he's a big old guy.
You know what? I'm looking at right now. How tall?
Share it on the screen.
How tall is Hassan Piker? He's 6'3".
Mm-hmm.
Hassan Piker, height, weight.
But it is very strange.
He's 6'3", 200. He's 6'3", 200. And Shapiro height, weight. Ben Shapiro he says he's 5'7", and 158 pounds.
Yeah.
I had the unfortunate privilege of being near Ben Shapiro before, because he was at a college that I was visiting.
Nice.
For a friend, and he was doing one of his like awesome speeches where he debates people.
Oh yeah.
I shit you not, that man wearing dress shoes when I was barefoot was the same height as me, including yarmulke. I'm 5'6", so he is at least 5'4".
He is. It's just very strange to me.
There's also not a tangible enough difference between 5'4" and 5'7" for you to lie about it. Like, no one's gonna say, "Oh, well, you're not short now," because 5'7" is still short.
Stop making me feel short. Anyway, no, it is weird. It's very, very weird that people who are so obsessed with the idea of masculinity and its possible destruction are always not very masculine people who don't do traditionally masculine things, and it always just kind of makes me feel like I think that you're just uncomfortable in your own masculine identity, and you just need
photos here.
What's up?
Can we bring up side-by-side photos of Ben Shapiro and Hassan Piker?
I mean, yeah, you can share the screen, can you not, in this little broadcast studio? You have the option.
The first time I've ever searched Hassan Piker shirtless.
Are you, Jet?
Yes. What is that?
We're not just gonna start simping on the stream.
Oh, we're absolutely doing that. Is there
No.
Ben Shapiro shirtless? Is there something funny that I can look at here? That's just a photo of Seth Rogen.
What? Okay. Why is
full body? All of his stuff is like very like I'm very professional with my suit. Blah, blah, blah. Like I need.
I dropped rice in my beard. There's a French fry in my beard. Rosebud frozen peas, full of country goodness and a green penis. Wait,
what?
You heard me.
What did he say?
What did he say? Yes. This is the greatest podcast we've ever done.
Yeah. Just ignore me for a little bit, please.
Oh my god.
I really need to do this just for me.
Just for you? Okay. Well, you can have your time, I guess. I will just talk about. Let's talk about Nancy Pelosi and her impeachment outfit and the sort of small pocket of the internet that's losing its shit about it. Because there's this
what is this? I don't know anything about this.
Yeah, no. It was a meme that I saw shared on Facebook. And it had a couple thousand reshares and whatnot, so I can only assume, and it was also shared by a verified creator at one point, and I was like, this means that he's tweeted it out as well, probably retweeted it. I haven't, but anyway, the image is somewhat successful, right, on the internet as far as intention goes, and people are like, yes, queen, they're loving it, and there's this interesting conversation happening on TikTok right now where this gentleman by the name of @theCommunard is has been critiqued about possibly participating in the aestheticization of politics, which is a sort of fascist tactic where what's the word I'm looking for? Mythological imagery and symbols and whatnot become part of the language and are it's basically like watering down your ideas to like symbols, jokes, messages that are completely devoid of reality and are only attuned to this like mythological version of reality that allows for the fascist regime to like take its power,
It's turning politics into a meme.
Yeah. And somebody was like, hey, buddy, like this guy he did a video where he was like, oh, this is what happens when I bring someone home and they see all my posters of like communist stuff that I printed out. And, you know, they're like, oh man, you're participating in the commodification and the aestheticization of you know, political discourse and, you know, these symbols. And everyone's kind of like, go outside to that person. And I think it's, you know, I think it's kind of a relevant critique, and it's like a thing to like understand, but at the same time, I don't think that particular thing is, you know, the actual aestheticization of politics, like having a bunch of printout posters and shit on your wall and having like a flag, like that's, you know, that's one thing.
No, I'd be totally down with getting a fucking a hammer and sickle Soviet Union flag.
I mean, I got a tattoo, you know, like
yeah, I don't have any tattoos.
Right, but the point is so one of the points so I looked into the theory a little bit further, right, and I was like, oh, you know, this is one thing, but to counteract it is to politicize art, right? So make art that is critical of the state and like shit that is, you know, fine. So it's almost like a weird, like counter intuitive thing where you create more complex things that directly that use the sort of artistic language of the day to then communicate a revolutionary message. But like, you know, I think that things like this Pelosi has a, you know, the yes queen liberal nonsense of Pelosi, then that's kind of what my point is really, you know, this process that's happening with the supposed liberal wing of our political fucking population, you know, because they're what's happening is a bunch of people are patting fucking Pelosi on the back for doing this thing, both the impeachment and wearing this stupid dress twice, as some sort of powerful act, like it's an expression of you know, what everyone else is feeling. You know, it becomes a meme, and the meme becomes more important than the actual, you know, policy that Pelosi is doing. Pelosi, you know what I mean? Because Pelosi sucks. She's not really helping people, and like, it's a really insidious way to get the well-meaning but somewhat politically disengaged to be like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, Nancy Pelosi, you go girl, you know. And that's
BuzzFeed politics.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, even BuzzFeed does better political analysis than that. But I think that's kind of a really worrisome thing that I hope the the incoming voter base is getting more and more savvy to, that there is like a lot of meaningless schlup blah 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 that we're gonna see, where it's like, oh yeah, fucking mic drop moment, isn't it so cool that, you know, this happened, but then, you know, it's not gonna mean anything. It's not gonna actually change anything. Like, oh, like another thing that, you know, is happening, like Mr. Joe likes to pat himself on the back for calling out white supremacy. He was having this like talk with a bunch of black activists just about like this, what he was going to do, how he was going to help and address the issues that they've been fighting for and what they've been, and the work that they've been doing on the ground. And he was just like, listen here, Jack, I called Donald Trump a racist, and you know, that's me fighting the white supremacy. You know?
Yeah. Thanks for doing the absolute minimum.
Thank you, buddy. That's a great, you know, and that's like one moment in a very long video, but at the same time, you know, it's kind of important to note that he's doing a thing that Trump does, which is congratulate himself for doing the bare minimum.
If that isn't just like the white liberal fucking like the thing that they fucking do anyway when it comes to like civil rights. Yeah, I didn't go to a protest, but Black Lives Matter frame on Facebook, man, did that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, fuck, we're part of the city movement. We're fighting the same fight. All right, let me go to my office job now.
No, well, hey, listen, there is, some, yes, the liberal smugness is definitely one of the most annoying things.
Yeah. There's definitely merit to that in the sense that, like, if you don't have the free time, capability, money, whatever, to contribute, like, I couldn't go down to a protest.
Right.
First of all, COVID, daughter with asthma, parents with that are immunocompromised.
Right. But that's
money, and I did what I could, There's definitely a merit to being as involved as you can be.
Yeah, there is.
Might not be as much as the next person. But that whole I'm saving the turtles by sharing a fucking like a post about it on Facebook kind of bullshit.
Or getting a metal straw.
Yeah. Like that dumb shit.
Not
buying a metal straw, but still getting plastic straws from fast food anyway.
Listen, the plastic straws in general that's just red herring. It doesn't matter. It's fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Like the plastic straw ban. Like, yeah, turtles. It sucks. I don't like straws in turtle noses as much as the next guy. But if we're really going to address the problem of straws being in turtles' noses, you have to address the entire mode of production that creates so much waste, that is constantly putting so much shit out there at such a rapid rate that we've got so many straws in the fucking ocean that there's a bunch of there's shit there,
and that all comes down to oil too. I mean, plastic is oil. The oil industry fuels the fucking plastic manufacturing industry. We definitely could make straws out of biodegradable materials that are equally as cheap.
I mean, fuck straws. Fuck, dude, we could make everything out of biodegradable materials. We could have had, the people that produce the shit that we buy every single day, not use harmful chemicals in their packaging. We could have had that, but because it was too expensive for them, because it affected their bottom line at the end of the day, they were just like, hey man, fuck your ocean. You like turtles? Man, fuck your turtles.
YOLO, bitch. Good time, not a long time. Fuck you.
Exactly. But it's actually getting close to when my carriage turns into a pumpkin. And so, no, but on that note, I think we should start wrapping things up here.
Yeah.
But the thing, we all just need to get a little bit more aware and a little bit more savvy to the way that, there's a lot of nonsense that people will get us hyped up about because they want us to look at that thing, right? They want us to look at this tiny problem over here when the real issue is actually much bigger. It's like, donate to this charity to fight this deadly disease. Why aren't we just allocating the resources that we definitely have to just fight that disease?
Because you can shed personal responsibility by putting it on the individual.
Put it on the individual and make it a tax break for the corporation. But anyway, boo. Thank you for listening and watching the Don't Panic Podcast live. Don't Panic Podcast, youtube.com, Spotify, patreon.com/Don't Panic Podcast. Thank you for watching the Comrade Jewel stream. We're going to get out of here and, I'm going to go throw snowballs at Jed's house until he makes me some pasta.
There's no snow.
It's going to happen. All right. Good night.
See ya.